I was clueless to the gang life. You know, even though my my pops was in the gang life and stuff, that wasn't my experience. You know what I mean?
That's because we were so sheltered.
We were so sheltered, right? And raised by our mother, by a single mother. So, you know, we didn't really know about that. And I just, you know, was doing what I thought was cool. So I started wearing the blue flag, you know, and I didn't know I was affiliated with anything. I just thought I was doing what these guys was doing, like, you know, just hanging out with this neighborhood team that really was a cool clique. You know what I mean? This cool clique had got into a fight, and I happened to be there. And if the guy's helping me fight, why wouldn't I help him fight? You know what I mean? Right. He started teaching me how to fight and stuff like that. You know, and I just, over time, I got better. You know, we hung out together. That's when I found out later, you know, as it continued to go on, we started to fight more, hang out more and stuff, you know. I found out later in time that they were Crip, you know what I mean? It was family to me. It was family outside of family. I had a lot going on in family, in the home, so that, you know, appealed to me. You know what I mean? I needed that, and at the time, and so I became a part of that. And it just, you know, 16, 17, you know, it just gradually increased. You know what I mean? And that gang life and that gang violence, you know, just went to new heights and new levels that I never even foresee myself getting into, you know.
Right.
Raised in church, I never seen that coming.
And I became Crip because you became Crip.
Because my enemies was your enemies.
Yeah.
And they didn't know the difference because we're twins.
Right. So I never really wanted to become Crip. I seen y'all walking around. I'm at school like I'm not with them. I'm doing my own thing.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even really have friends. I was fine with that. But I seen you hanging around with your friends, your group of buddies, and I was just around because you was around. I wanted to be next to you, not really next to you and everything that everyone you was around.
Right.
I found myself walking home one day, and a couple of Bloods had walked up on me, and they was like, "Yo, you that Crip, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm not Crip. That's my brother." Mm-hmm. And they was like, "What you mean?" And I'm like, "It's not me. It's my twin." Mm-hmm. And they looked at me and was like, "You got a twin?" Like as if to them I was lying. And so I had to deal with that. And it became, that didn't just happen to me one time. So I found myself fighting battles that weren't even mine.
Yeah.
Just because they felt like I was lying my way out of a butt whooping. Right. And so I had no other choice but to fight for my own safety. And then after a while, it just came to a point where it was like, I'm Crip whether I like it or not.
I remember one specific time, you was actually in a Crip and Blood war, and you wasn't even Crip. I think that's what really got your foot in the door, because you was in the war. Yeah. What happened with that?
We was in school, and I was walking to the store during lunch with a couple of your friends, because I didn't really have friends again. And I was just going to get a hero, something to eat, because we didn't want to eat. And these couple of vans had pulled up. They really caught us slipping, and I don't know. One minute they had, some guys had walked up on us. They asked us if we know so and so. I was just standing there, clueless, hands in my back pocket, standing there, and the next thing I know, fists just started flying. Fists, weapons, crowbars, sledgehammers, all kinds of stuff, and it happened before I could even blink. I got hit with some brass knuckles in my face. I know I went out like a light. Out like a light. Like a light. Yeah. That was in the street. I knew I got hit hard because when I woke up on somebody's porch. Yeah. Like away from where it started from. When I woke up though, the stuff that was going on, it was a full out war. I mean, side blocks had fights, main blocks had fights. They shut the school down. Yeah. If you was in the school, you was in the school. Yeah. If you was in the school, you couldn't come out. If you was out the school, you couldn't come in.
We was racing to get out the school just to fight.
I seen the man get his cheek split. Seen the skin from his cheek fall over. I seen that same man go and get duct tape his cheek back up, and then return back to the fight like I'm ready for round 2. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. A lot had happened that day. And
that was basically like his nonverbal initiation. You know what I mean? Just for him being in that setting. And from that moment on, it was just full-fledged gangs.
Yeah, that just took it to another
Level.
level. And, I've just been dealing with gang life from that point and beyond. But we 30 now.
Yeah.
You know, and at some point in time, I looked at my life, almost lost my life when I was 17. It's another story, but I knew we had to do something different.
Yeah.
And I wanted something different for us. And we didn't really have anybody around us to give it to us. We had to go out there and get it on our own.
Right.
At that time.
Yeah.
Because of decisions that we made. So I came to North Carolina. Had a friend of the family, which I call, my beloved aunt. Really love her. And she invited me out here to stay with her husband and her family. And I, made a turnaround for myself. And then after that, like 2 years later, turned around and called Patrick. Hey, I'm in North Carolina. You trying to come out here and do something different?
That was
that for you, man?
That was a transition. I remember I came initially. It wasn't fun no more, because my best friend, my brother, wasn't out there fighting by my side. We wasn't running the streets together no more. 2 years, it got boring, He was my protector, you know what I mean? And it just didn't feel the same. 2 years later, I just kind of lost the taste for the streets, and so I was headed down a bad road. And long story short, a lot of people don't know this. I had got sentenced to go to Rikers Island, and as I was waiting on the bus, I was waiting on the bullpen to fill up to get on the bus. I had like a Ball & Solace experience, and I remembered this story about them, being released out of jail and they shackles being opened up and the gates being opened up or something like that. And it almost was like a prayer, and I kind of said it like, I wish by some chance I had a Ball & Solace experience and these gates to open up for me, and but I didn't think nothing of it. I remember making a phone call to my aunt, my mom, so trying to make the proper phone call and let people know, like, hey, I'm gonna be doing some time because I just did some jerk stuff and got myself in trouble. And I went to sleep and I woke up and it was a full cell, a lot of men. I was the littlest thing in that cell, and just thinking about, like, dang, like, how is this gonna go down? Because my name is already out there as Twin Locum Crip. I'm about to go to jail, and I know Rikers is a good place to go, and the test is really gonna be on when I get there.
Ain't what I mean? No good place to go.
Yeah, the test is really gonna be on when I get there. So it's like, what am I gonna experience when I get there? If I thought I was, headed down the wrong path, then I knew that I would probably be more of a monster going in than I was when I was out. You know what I mean? Just to survive, thinking about the things I would have to do. And I went to sleep on that note. And when I woke up, the cell was empty. I was upset because the cell was empty because everybody had left. First thing I thought about is, like, why did they leave me behind? Why didn't I get on that bus? Because my time won't start until I get to my destination. And if I got to do it, I might as well get it out the way. So that was my mindset. And long story short, the CO came, the head CO came. He had on a white shirt. And he basically called my name, told me to come to the gate. He basically said, look, man, there's a lot of animals, that was behind these bars with you. And I looked at you and I didn't see an animal. I just seen somebody that made some mistakes, headed down the wrong path. We're going to give you another shot at life. And it's after the sentence. I don't know if the judge made the call or what. I don't know what happened. It was a divine moment. And they released me. They opened up the gates, signed me out, and I never went to Rikers. I walked up the yard. I walked up I was in the tombs. It was underground, so they let me above ground. They opened up the gate, and he said, "I better not see you no more, because you will get on the bus the next time." And that was the only experience I needed. You know, after that, they sent me a ticket, and I came down south. You know, so that was my transition.
Yeah. So now we're 30, and we haven't looked back. We found Christ. I found Christ out here. Gonna help my brother to find Christ. We always knew the lifestyle of Christianity, because growing up under my mother and my grandmother and everything. But we didn't really understand the power of having the Holy Spirit till we came down here and got up under Bishop Lockie. That's what changed for us.
Yeah.
And so now we just want to use our testimony to reach others. And
Right. Because my heart go out towards the streets and those still lost in that cycle and that lifestyle. You know what I mean? And we know nothing good comes out of it.
Yeah.
And we're not perfect at all. You know, you're just looking at walking testimonies that, God had mercy on and grace enough to allow us to get out. Some of our friends didn't make it out. Some of them doing football numbers. Some of them is in the graveyard and didn't see 18, didn't see 21, didn't see 25, and didn't make it to 30. But we did. And I praise God for that.
We didn't make it past the 9th grade. We dropped out of school.
Yeah.
And I was out of school for 8 years. But to the glory of God, I just graduated school with my bachelor's in audio productions. And so I was talking to somebody a couple days ago, and they said, "You should write a book called From Gangs to Graduation." So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that.
We also decided we're going to do a book together.
Yeah.
A collab called Two Sides of the Story. We're going to go more in detail about our testimonies and what we experienced. But just because we're twins, we don't have the same experiences either. There's the times that we spent apart from each other, different stories, different timelines, different experiences.
Yeah.
So just keep a lookout for that.
Keep a lookout.